Today, we're going to be running through an AI SEO masterclass. I'm going to be showing you some brand new AI SEO tools I've never shown before on this channel. Plus, I'll be running through some of my best LinkedIn and Twitter hacks that are getting me record amounts of traffic and impressions. I'll show you exactly how I'm doing that in a minute. And we're also going to be covering the Google spam update that was just announced this week. And if you don't know who I am, basically, I'm the founder of Goldie Agency, a link building agency with over 50 people. I run the SEO boardroom. I get results like this with SEO. You can see, for example, this video that I created recently. Already got 25,000 traffic from SEO, like you can see right here. You can also see a bunch of my articles ranking. Let me show you a few examples right here. So if we pull up, let's say the keyword, I don't know, link outreach service, for example, something random like that, you will find me ranking on the first page over here. And basically, I'm going to show you today exactly how we do SEO step by step and some of the new and coolest stuff that's going on right now. By the way, if you've got any questions, feel free to post them inside the comment section. If you're enjoying this video, please smash a like. If you have any questions, just post them in. We'll run through and we'll create a mini tutorial for you as we go along in this video so that I can help you out with any problems that you have. So if you haven't seen it already, one of the craziest things that has been announced this week is Claude 3.5 Sonnet. And I can tell you now, this is number one, free, but number two, miles ahead of ChatGPT. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Now, first thing that you need to do when you're using this is make sure that you have Artifact enabled, right? Artifact is a feature inside Claude. Now, a lot of people, they saw my videos earlier this week about using Claude. If you do not have feature preview enabled with artifacts, you won't be able to create your own tools. You won't be able to preview the code. So make sure that you have this enabled before we get into this. That'll save you a lot of time, a lot of confusion along the way. So from here, what you can actually do inside Claude, if you haven't seen my other videos already, just to recap, is you can create, for example, keyword research tools like you can see right here. Let's open up an example. Let's pull this one up right here. Here's my keyword research tool created with one prompt directly inside Claude. If you want access to that, just check out the free course inside the description of this video. And for example, we can type in something like, I don't know, SEO. Let's put SEO into the search of the keyword research tool, and then it will come up with a bunch of relevant keywords that you can see right here. Now, Claude is trained up to April 2024. So it's very, very recently updated, right? It's June now. April was just a couple of months ago. And what I would say is obviously with keyword research, it doesn't fluctuate that much unless it's a trending keyword. So if you're creating tools like this and it's based on data from April 2024, it's actually very, very updated for what we need. Now, take all of this with a pinch of salt, but essentially that's how it works. And you can even export this to a CSV, like you can see right here. And you can do keyword research for free, create the tool for free, and preview it for free directly inside Claude. It's absolutely crazy what you can do with that. Now, there's other cool stuff as well you can do with this. For example, you can create like your own calculators and then embed those directly onto your website. But I'm just absolutely loving it so far. I mean, for example, if we put in one of my new article prompts like this, and we'll say keyword equals SEO for New York, something like that, and we'll get that to generate the content like you can see right here. You'll generate the content using the prompt that we've just created. And I still think the content needs to be quality controlled, like we were talking about before. And if you haven't seen my free course with like 5 different quality control modules, then that will help you a lot. But the actual content itself is pretty good so far. And there's also going to be an API that you can use from Claude directly into tools. So if you want to use Claude's API in other tools, you can actually do that using Claude. And I think because it's a brand new update, let me just find the stats on this. Claude 3 Sonnet. We'll find the stats on Claude 3 Sonnet, but I believe that it's actually faster and cheaper than most of the models out there. The only thing is their SEO is absolutely terrible. As you can see right here, Anthropic doesn't appear in the search results, which is pretty crazy. So I'm just going to put Anthropic and let's see if it comes up on the website. Nope. Okay, there we go. Ranking number 5 for its own keywords. But you can see, for example, here, if you compared, say, the old version of Claude, say Claude Haiku, you can see that its intelligence is pretty low and its cost is pretty low as well. Whereas Claude 3.5, versus Opus, the cost of Opus is pretty high, but the intelligence is in the middle. Whereas Claude 3.5, the cost is in the middle, which means that it's affordable, but also the intelligence is just ridiculously faster. It's 2x of speed of the old Claude version right here. And you can see how it compares, say, versus GPT-4o, which just came out recently, Gemini 1.5 Pro, which doesn't really seem to be compared at all. And then Llama, you can see it's not really in the race compared to Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So pretty amazing, and it's free. I'm not affiliating with the tool or anything like that. It's just completely free for you to check out. You can build your own tools. So AH says, is this tool free? Absolutely. MR says, hope you're having a good day. Thank you too. And Stephen says, always a trendsetter. Appreciate that. But when's the rematch of table tennis? That's what I want to know. If no one's aware, me and Stephen had a great game of table tennis in Estonia. And of course, your main man, Julian Goldie, is reigning champ. G-Man says, can you share some of the prompts on a Google Sheet? Absolutely. Let's get straight into that. So let me open this up right here. I've actually put them directly inside my 200 prompts document. So if you want to get some prompts for Claude, you'll be able to get them inside this 200 ChatGPT prompt section right here. And if we scroll down to, let's have a look. I think it's Claude at the bottom. Yeah, Claude 3.5 Sonnet prompts, for example. If you want to create like your own SEO outline tool, and it's pretty cool. Let me show you an example. You can basically grade your own content based on the optimizations inside that content. And it's absolutely amazing. I'm going to try and pull it up and find it for you. You can even create like games inside Claude and then play them inside Claude. I'll show you that in a second. So for example, you got like the snake game here, and then you can actually run that and test it out. And it's pretty amazing. So let's have a look at this content. Analyze the tool. Yeah, so you can basically, with that prompt that I've just shown you, this one right here, it's inside the free course. Just go to the SEO systems and then 200 prompt section. You'll see that you can plug in your target keyword. Then you can type in your content, and then it'll actually grade you on SEO score, and it will give you feedback on your content as well. So for example, if we put, I don't know, put that content into Claude like so, and then we'll put the keyword as Claude 3.5 Sonnet prompts. Then it'll grade us. So it gives us an SEO score based on the content we've typed in, based on the keyword that we're trying to rank for. And then it gives us tips on how to improve it, right? So obviously the content is way too short. And it tells us that inside the prompt. It also says add headings to your structure your content. Makes total sense. There's no headings in there. And also add relevant internal and external links inside the content. So you could, the only limit here is your imagination. So there's so much you could do to this if you really wanted to. Like I did this in about 2 seconds. Imagine if you spent a whole day just creating that tool, you would build something that you could use for the rest of your SEO career, and it's completely free. Absolutely amazing. So AH says, what do you mean about quality control, and how do you make sure it's good quality content and won't get hit? All right. So when you're creating content with AI, very important, especially if it's, if you're creating content and you want people to respect you and that sort of thing, you want to make sure that the content is good. How do you make sure the content is good? Well, you run through a content quality checklist like this. Go to my free course, links in the comments and description, and you'll see the quality control section. This is completely free. I'm not getting anything from it, but you can see, for example, it will guide you through step by step how to make sure that your content is just not just AI fluffy suck, right? It's not just total BS or total trash. Like if you run through this quality control checklist here and you implement everything step by step, which only takes about, I would say, maximum 10 to 30 minutes, you can step by step take something that's very rough, mold it like you're the modern day AI SEO Michelangelo, and then create something that actually you're quite proud of because it looks pretty good and it reads well, it's fact checked, it's got nice formatting, and it's actually something people would engage with. And so you can get the content very quickly using Claude, and then you can quality control it with a checklist like this. If you want more videos on quality control, inside the free course with loads of other stuff. AH says, did your sites get hit within the last 2 months because of AI? No, I mean, like, as I showed at the start of this video, you can see that, for example, like I showed an example of a page going to 25,000 traffic with organic SEO in literally a few days. I showed you a couple of other keywords that are ranking on the first page. So yeah, working better than ever. Let's keep going through. Think Deferent says, I'm 18. Should I build my career on SEO? I think SEO is always going to be around in terms of the way that we search, right? So there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of potential for SEO. And I've never met so many people doing so well in SEO than ever before. Like the future is very, very bright. The Problem here is that there's a bunch of dinosaurs in the industry that aren't going to keep up and will lose control and will stop being updated with everything that's going on, right? If you look at the world and you look at SEO and how much it's changed over the last 12 months, if you're not using SEO, if you're not learning about SEO, if you're not watching videos like this, if you're not adapting, if you're not open to new opportunities, like for me, I'll listen to anyone, I'll learn from anyone. People I love and hate, I'll still try and learn from them, right? So, for example, if you're learning in that way, then it's a very bright career for you ahead in SEO. When I was starting SEO, a few years ago, people were telling me SEO is dead then. And last year, people said SEO is dead. The year before, people said SEO is dead. So I think there's more opportunities than ever. And if you build a career on SEO, absolutely. But what I would say is that there's never been such a massive change, and it's never been so temperamental in such a short amount of time, right? And so you really have to be ahead of the curve. And that's why I spend every single day testing things, learning things, testing new tools, testing new technologies, and always just constantly iterating on what I've already been doing. If you do that, you're pretty much guaranteed to be successful. Steven says, pay for my ticket to Thailand and let's do it. All right, that sounds like a challenge. Hope you're going to CM SEO. Well, hopefully we'll meet in Chiang Mai SEO. I'm actually speaking there this year at Matt Diggity's event. So might see you there, Steven, and we'll have a cheeky little rematch. And if anyone wants a rematch of table tennis, if anyone wants to come and have a pop at the champ, I'll see you at Chiang Mai. I think Deference says, sorry, Julian, nothing to be sorry about there, mate. And AH says, is it worth starting a new affiliate site using AI now that Google is hitting affiliate and AI sites? All right, this is a really, really good question. So if you haven't already seen it, check out the live interview I did a couple of weeks ago with Charles Flo. And we basically map out how you would basically, test what's worth doing and what's not worth doing. And essentially, you don't have to start a brand new site from scratch and then guess, oh, is it going to convert? Is it going to make money or not? What you can actually do is you can run some tests on other platforms, for example, like Medium, like LinkedIn, etc. Test if you actually make money by ranking for those keywords, and then you can rank within 24 hours, within 48 hours. And from there, you can get the data on whether that ranking page actually makes you money. If it makes you money, then you've got the data to go, right, I can create a new affiliate site. But if you rank for that keyword using other platforms within 24, 48 hours, using the platforms that I talked about, and you don't make money, then right, I'm not going to spend 6 months or 12 months creating an affiliate site. That would be a total waste of time. I think that's the best way to do it. So it's not about, okay, is it worth starting a new affiliate site? It's, okay, let's rank for that on other platforms, see if it actually makes money, and then go from there. Steven says, I'll type a prompt, how to beat JG in table tennis. ChatGPT doesn't know. It doesn't know how to beat me at table tennis. And AH says, how can you do programmatic SEO with AI to dominate a niche? So programmatic SEO is a pretty naughty subject that I don't talk about. But if you want to see some examples of how it's working and who's using it and how to do it, you can check out my SEO Elite Circle. And there's some tutorials in there on how to do it. So yeah, would recommend checking out. That's at the SEOEliteCircle.com, because obviously there's some stuff you can't talk about publicly, as we all know. G-Man says, just signed up to the free course. Yeah, hope it helps. And Frank says, tell me about being a dinosaur. I completely missed the backlinks. Yeah, so I mean, Frank's actually a member in the SEO Elite Circle, and I've been helping him with link building and with building out his new sites and that sort of thing. But it's always a case of adapting. But I think Frank's just joking there. Hamza says, I can join your team as a backlinks link building service provider. We're actually not recruiting for link builders at the minute. And Rolo says, what links do you build to your parasite pages? Exact match anchors. All right, I'm going to show you exactly what type of backlinks we build and how we build them. And I'm going to show you an example. What I use for any page on the internet is pretty much exactly the same, right? So, for example, if we go onto Julian Goldie, in fact, we'll pull up juliangoldie.com because this site has already been clapped, which means that it's safe to show publicly, right? Now, if you check out this website, and we'll go to first scene over here. So we'll look at the most recent backlinks, as you can see. We'll sort by do follow backlinks so that you know which backlinks are built recently. And then we'll just run through it. In fact, let me have a look and see if we can find the best backlinks. I don't think we can actually filter by best links, so it's okay. We'll filter by DR instead. So as we run through this example, right, what we usually do is we build link inserts, right? So what we do is we reach out to relevant sites on the internet and we say to them, hey, would you consider linking to our content as well? So for example, if you look at this article by Databox, We reached out to them. We actually asked if we could pitch a quote to them, and they said, "Yeah, mate, no problem." And then they featured us right here. Now, if you look at this backlink, you can see, for example, it's a DR82 backlink, so very high authority. It's got a ton of traffic pointing to it, so 94,000 traffic. Let me zoom in so you can actually see it a bit better. There we go. And you can see that it's just a branded anchor text, right? So it's Goldie Agency. It's not like best links here or the best link builder or whatever. And it's just a very simple link. So essentially, the philosophy is get relevant natural backlinks from authoritative sources that Google trusts. How do we know Google trusts it? Because it gets domain traffic. How do we know it's authoritative? Because it's got a high DR. How do we know it's relevant? Because the topic is relevant to my niche. So, for example, this is about marketing and it's linking to my website about link building, about marketing. And then also in the anchor text, just make it look natural, right? How do you know it's natural? Well, it fits within the sentence, right? So Julian Goldie from Goldie Agency recommends, and it cites me as a backlink right there. There's the sort of backlinks that work really well. And if we keep scrolling down right here, you'll see this happening over and over and over again. So for example, this one too, Rocket Hub, DR73, 7,000 traffic. So obviously Google trusts it. It's got a lot of traffic. It's got high DR. So obviously Google sees it as an authority. And they're talking about Harrow link building case studies. They're linking to our page about Harrow link building case studies. Simple stuff. But that's what works over and over and over again. So I would highly recommend that you just build relevant, natural, authoritative backlinks. Sebayan Khan says, can you tell us the step-by-step process from zero to ranking a keyword? Absolutely. And just before we're going to get onto that, because this is going to be quite an in-depth tutorial. By the way, if you're enjoying this video and you're getting value from it, smash a like on it. But Fames Chocolate says, is the SEO boardroom for e-com stores or service providers? Yeah, so we have both. We have a lot of SOPs, all my best SOPs for agencies, for service providers. And we also have a ton of people doing e-com directly inside there. So it's an absolutely amazing community full of people just taking action, getting results with SEO, and also cuts out all the negativity, right? So I know there's a lot of fluff. There's a lot of people telling you SEO doesn't work. Every single week we have multiple people showcasing their wins, showcasing new tutorials, sharing new stuff, and it's just a community where we all raise each other up with good vibes only. So would highly recommend joining you in there, and yeah, hope you can join. So Sebian says, can you tell us a step-by-step process from zero to ranking a keyword? And I'm going to run you through it step by step right now. And let me just present my screen. And we can actually do this using a completely new tool that I've never shown on my channel before, because I think that'd be quite interesting for you. And hopefully you get a lot of value out of it. So the first place you want to start is always with the keywords. Now, how do you find relevant keywords? You just type in your main topic. You're going to go to terms match over here. Then you're going to filter down to KD10 or less. And then from here, you're going to find like low DR sites ranking, in the top 3 or the top 5, right? Hit show results like so. And if you can't afford Ahrefs or you don't have access to Ahrefs or whatever, you can just use like a free trial of SEMrush, of SE Ranking or whatever tool you want. Now, once you've done that, then you're going to find relevant keywords you can actually rank for, right? So for example, in the SEO space, you see a keyword like this, KD2, decent traffic potential. We could rank for it. International SEO services. Sounds good to me, right? So now you've done the keyword research, you know what you want to rank for, and then it's just a case of creating the content. Now, how can you create the content? We can use a tool like, for example, I use auto-blogging, I'll be 100% honest, but you can use a tool like SEO Writing AI. This is one thing that I'll test in a minute. You can then use one of the options that they've got. So, for example, let's test out the one-click blog post section right here. So we'll put main keyword as international SEO services. And then I'm going to see what's ranking already on Google to figure out what I should include in my title. So if you scroll down the first page of Google right here, we can see the International SEO Agency or International SEO Services and Agency is like the main title we want to include. So I'm going to include that inside my content as well. International SEO Services and Agency. That can be the title. Now, core settings, article size, you just want to reverse engineer your competitors right there. I'm going to rush through it because obviously I'm trying to showcase this live, but you would do it in a step-by-step, more slower process, more quality controlled process, right? And so we've set the language as English, we've set the article size as medium, we've set the tone of voice as friendly, AI model, okay, let's go with Claude 3. Let's see what else we got here. So we got GPT 3.5, GPT 4.0, GPT 128 Turbo, etc. We could go with Opus. Let's go with Opus, actually, just to mix it up. And then point of view, we can go with, for example, like first person, target country, okay, humanized text, so we can like actually humanize it and dumb it down as well. So we could say 5th grade. Let's keep it simple and easy to read. What else can we include? We could also, it looks like you can insert like details to include and that sort of thing. Media Hub, we could put some AI images, some YouTube videos, etc. Keywords to include in the text. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Introductory hook brief. So read on, keep reading why Goldie agency is the best for international SEO services, right? So then you're including the relevant keyword that you're trying to rank for, and you're also adding a bit of source content, a little bit of source context in terms of who you're writing for. So I'm writing for my agency's website, like so. Conclusion tables, H3s, lists, etc. These are all good to include because it just enriches your content. You can add some FAQs in there to rank for more keywords as well. Key takeaways, quotes, italics, bold. Okay, let's go for that. External linking, I'm not going to worry about, but you always want to include some internal and external links inside your content. And if you want to learn more about that, just check out the manual quality control checklist I was talking about earlier. We can edit the content as well before we publish it, but we should be good to go on that, right? And then we can hit run like so. And you can see the status right here. So it'll go from like 0 to 100%, and we can generate the content like so. Now, whilst that's running, from here, you would also just run through the content quality checklist, right? So step by step, when you edit the content, like I mentioned before, you just run through this checklist, and it should take you about 10 to 20 minutes. So I'm not going to do it live on the video because, of course, I don't have time to show you. I think a lot of people will be very bored of me just, watching me edit an article, and that wouldn't be very interesting for anyone. But you've got the process here, and you've got the process for creating content, and you've also got the process for keyword research. Now, once you've done all of this, you also want to make sure that you're building enough backlinks to rank for that content. How do you know if you're building enough backlinks? Well, what you can do is, for example, on Ahrefs, you can check the gap between where you are and where your competitors are and how many backlinks you need to rank for it. So, for example, if we look at the keyword international SEO services like so, you can see that the keyword difficulty score is 2, right? It's easy. And you only need 3 backlinks to rank for that keyword. Now, if we scroll down to the first page of Google, as you can see right here, we can check how many backlinks our competitors have versus us and how many backlinks we need to bridge the gap so that we can rank for it too, right? So, for example, we can see the first ranking result right here has 1 domain ranking. This has 6, 4, 4, 2, etc. And so if we look at the first page of Google, we can see that we need anywhere between 1 to 5 backlinks to rank for that keyword. There is a page with 23 backlinks right here, but it's an outlier, right? It's not the rule, it's the exception to the rule. And so if you look at this, you're like, right, I only need between 1 and 5 backlinks to rank for my target keyword. I've already got the keyword research done. I've already got the content created. And so from there, you're good to go. And then you just hit publish, make sure you index it on Google Search Console, and you are living the SEO dream, my friend. And that's basically how it goes step by step. So I hope that answers your question. And that was faster than I expected. But yeah, good to go. Faris says, can I make religious blogs like Islamic Christianity or other religious blogs? I mean, if you're asking ethically, can you do it? That's totally up to you. And if you're asking, is it a good niche to go for? Well, then you just have to do the research, right? You have to look at your competitors and figure out, okay, number 1, can I monetize this? Number 2, can I create content around it? Number 3, like, can I realistically rank for this particular niche? And number 4, who am I competing with? Because if your competitors are way bigger than you are, then you've got no chance of ranking for it. So you just want to run through all the checks. If you check out my free course, you'll see a whole system on finding profitable niches based on what's made me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with SEO. I mean, as an example, let me pull up a example website right here, and I can run you through exactly how much money you can make based on what's working for me, right? So, for example, if we check out Cheaper Birds, this is monetized with Mediavine. It made like $9 yesterday, but I actually used to get a lot more traffic over time. But if we look, for example, let's have a look at lifetime earnings for this site. So it actually made us $20,000 well, over $20,000 just with SEO, right? And that doesn't include all the affiliate earnings, all the sponsorship deals, all the backlinks we sold on this website, etc. And so you can make good money with these sort of niches, but you have to do the research up front. How do you do the research up front? Use the niche system that I talked about and just check. Can you rank for it? Is it too competitive? How do you monetize it? Do you have a passion for it? Can you create content around it? Farid says how to do research for keywords for religious blogs. I'm not, I mean, you would follow the same keyword research process that we talked about previously, right? So essentially, you just plug it into Ahrefs and then just research from there. So, for example, I want to show you two different ways you can do keyword research. So we've already covered the first one, which is just type in your main topic, and then from there go into terms match, searching for low KD, and also finding low domain rating websites ranking in the first page. Now, another thing that you can do is you can just find what your competitors are ranking for too. So, for example, this works for any niche, any industry, so it applies to you too. But for example, you can plug in your competitor's website into Google. I don't know, let's plug in, for example, just a random website like juliangolder.co.uk. Let's see what keywords are ranking for. Okay, they're ranking for these two keywords. You can see the KD is pretty low. Okay, could I go for those two? Absolutely. And so you can reverse engineer what your competitors are ranking for, and then from there, figure out what you need to rank for too. Frank Masotti says, if using different tools to write, will it confuse Google or make it look as if you are using a tool? I think you really, the only time that your content would look unnatural is, for example, if your content felt very robotic or if it didn't read very well, wasn't very interesting, right? And so if you're creating content that is very fluffy, it doesn't matter what tool you use or how many tools you use. If that content just isn't interesting or it feels like generic chat GPT trash, then that's a technique to avoid, right? That's what's going to hit you and hurt you in the meantime. Whereas if, for example, you're editing your content, if, for example, you're spicing it up and making it more readable, etc., then it doesn't matter how many tools you use. You can use all the tools in the world. You can use all the other AI tools if you want. But the main thing is that your content reads natural, it's engaging, and it actually provides something of value, right? So let's keep going through. James Slattery SEO says, sup, Julian. Shout out to James. Thanks for joining, mate. I'm going to share my screen and we'll run through some more stuff. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, do smash a like on it just so that we can reach and help more people for free. I've answered every single question in the comments so far simply because I want to help everyone for free, right? And that's what I'm doing today on this live session. So if you can smash a like on it, that just helps me reach more people and help more people. So one thing that I want to show you as well is basically what's working for us on Twitter right now. So for example, you can see previously we were at 10,000 impressions per day. Now we are continuously hitting like new records every single day. So you can see we're reaching, I think our best day this week was 51,000 impressions from Twitter, as you can see right here. And basically what we're doing is recreating our content from our blog and from our website to then push out on Twitter, as you can see right here. And we're getting thousands of impressions step by step. Now, if you're wondering how we do this and how it works, etc., basically you would just take your content from your website or wherever and then plug it into my custom GPT, the 100x content machine. And from there, it will repurpose the content that you paste into there to create something you can post on Twitter, on LinkedIn, etc. I'll show you LinkedIn and how we're reaching records on that. But it's a very, very powerful process that's working over and over again. It's very predictable. You can see that the analytics over time are going up very nicely indeed. And I think that it's something really useful for anyone watching this because it's another free way to just take that content you spent a lot of time and money and resources creating and then turning it into something that reaches even more people so you get more bang for your buck. Like you can see right here, the traffic and the impressions over time, it's just growing and growing and growing. It's absolutely amazing. And I think Twitter is wide open for anyone to take advantage, and it works in pretty much any niche as well. So that's something that I would highly recommend. And then I'm doing the same thing on LinkedIn as well. So if you check out LinkedIn right here, we'll go to my LinkedIn analytics. Let's pop this open. What you can see is that we're beginning to really crack the code on LinkedIn. It's something that I've been testing with my team every single day. So previously we were at 288 impressions a day, and now that's growing up to, I think today we've already reached 8,200 people. And you can see that each day we're just hitting new records as well. And we're using literally the same process that we're using on Twitter, repurposing our content and then plugging it on LinkedIn as well. And, if let's say you're reaching 8,200 people a day, let's times that by 30. So over a month, you can see that we're going to reach 250,000 people a month using LinkedIn marketing with this free custom GPT that I've given away, right? This is a custom GPT that I've literally given away. You can just type in 100x content machine on Google and you'll find it. And it's completely free to repurpose your content and then just get even more reach out of your content, because I know that some people have struggled with SEO. I know that some people want to get traffic sooner. I know that some people spend a lot of time on their content and just want to get more bang for the buck. And so you can use a free tool like this to get more reach on Twitter, to get more reach on LinkedIn, and to achieve more of your website in the same amount of time. Terry says, hi, my site is 10 months old now. And right when I started getting out of the sandbox, I got hit. I'm being throttled to less than 20 impressions a day. Any advice on how to grow again? If you send over your website, we can run a live audit on it right now, and I'll take a look and give you some ideas and pointers. Just post a link inside the comments and I will take a look at them. Atish says, it says, since March's core update, my Discover traffic has tanked from 30,000 daily clicks to 0 daily clicks. I have no idea what's gone wrong. Yeah, I don't use Google Discover so much. The only time I really get a lot of Google Discover traffic, and this is how I was getting millions of traffic last year, was through my YouTube videos, right? Because I was talking about AI and SEO every single day. That was trending. And then that would show up on everyone's Google Discover. And we were getting I think it was like 1 million views a month. Absolutely insane. I know that since March the 5th, Google for sure has changed something in Google Discover, but I would just focus on SEO, organic SEO, because that's what I know. And it's not at the mercy of an algorithm so much. I know that it's a lot more predictable. And so I would highly recommend just checking that out and using the techniques that we work on instead. Google Discover is still really good, but I think it's getting harder, and I think the algorithm is less predictable than ever before. Fitness Frez says, avalanche theory. Have you tried with Lorem Ipsum? I don't really do any ranking tests with Lorem Ipsum simply because it's Carl Ruth's thing, right? I don't want to steal from Carl Ruth. Like that's his framework, and I think I'd be a bit of a copycat if I was just trying to steal Carl Ruth's Lorem Ipsum method. But if you type in on YouTube Julian Goldie avalanche theory, you'll see a couple of videos on how we automated that using ChatGPT, and there's even some free Google Sheets that will help you automate the avalanche theory. So I think the avalanche theory makes total sense. Like, for example, if you're ranking for a keyword, then you want to find other keywords in the same bracket. AK, for example, let's say you're getting like 25 traffic a day, then you would find keywords that are getting around 25 traffic and just create content around those and then build up. So once you start getting 50 traffic a day, then you can find keywords to get like 50 traffic a month. And it just creates an avalanche where you're snowballing constantly in terms of the amount of traffic and reach you get. Munjitsu says, most people put in their descriptions, job title expert. Can I use my real identity as an engineering student at the niche I'm rating without any problem? So what I recommend is, like, if you're using LinkedIn to get more traffic, more reach, is you just focus on something really benefit driven, right? So for example, if you look at my LinkedIn profile right here, in the headline, it's me. So you always want to show that you're a real person. If you don't have a real identity on LinkedIn, then LinkedIn's going to shut down your account pretty quickly because they don't really like fake personas. I think they want to keep a legitimate, real LinkedIn network full of real people, especially in the age of AI where there's tons of deep fakes and all that BS, right? So from here, in the headline, you just talk about whatever you do, right? So for example, in mine, it's like, I help websites get more leads, traffic, and sales from Google with SEO. Now, for you, for example, let's say you're an engineer. It could be like, I help businesses save time with manufacturing, something like that. Simple as that, right? And this works for any niche and industry. You just basically say, I help X with Y doing Z. And you can replicate that for any sort of industry. Farid says, tell us the most profitable niche to start as a beginner and how to write content without any idea before using AI tools. So in terms of niches, like if I told you a profitable niche, within 24 hours, it's not going to be a profitable niche because so many people watch this channel, right? So it's really something you've got to discover for yourself. Now, if you need help on that, just check out the free framework within my free course on how to find SEO niches, because that works over and over again. And that's how I've made literally millions of dollars with SEO at this point. Now, when it comes to actually writing content, I've already shown in this video how to actually create the content and write the content. You can use, for example, autoblogging. You can use, for example, Claude. You could use SEO writing AI, whatever you want. And then when it comes to actually publishing the content, you just want to use that manual quality control checklist. Kazra says, just a heads up, mate, your mic is doing the same as mine. When you lean back, it gets harder to hear. Thanks for the shout out. If you're not following Kazra, make sure you do. He's got a legendary YouTube channel, and we'll probably have him on the channel again next week when we do a recording session together. Atish says, the problem is the organic traffic has dropped as well. My traffic used to be 30K from Discover and nearly 5K from Pinterest, search, and other organic mediums, which has come down to 2K. If you send your website, I can take a look. If you don't want to share your website, just join the SEO boardroom and then DM me with your website and I'll take a look and run an audit for you. I actually did a few audits for a few friends in the SEO boardroom this week, and it's an awesome way to get your website audited by me without doing it in front of 5,000 people on YouTube. So feel free to post your URL if you want me to take a look at it now. And if you wanted to do it privately, then feel free to post it in the SEO boardroom. Either way, that should help. So that's pretty much it. Now, one thing that I wanted to come on, and this is very, very important. If you haven't already heard about this, is something to watch out for. So I'm going to share my screen and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, which is the newly announced Google spam update. Now, this is always a big thing, right? You can see, for example, it was announced. Let's pull this up. This is not the one that I've been talking about. This is actually from March 5th. Let's have a look. We'll find the page and we'll run through it. There we go. The June 2024 spam update, right? So this was released, and as you can see, they say it's going to take 1 week to roll out the update. But essentially, there's a new spam update, and this is based on SpamBrain, which is their AI-based spam prevention system, as you can see right here. Now, there's not that much information on it versus before, but it's just something to bear in mind. Is like, if you see your traffic being very temperamental this week, then just be aware that there is a spam update rolling out. It might take about a week for that to roll out. Now, let's check out the volatility scores from SEMrush, and we can pull up and see what the SERPs are like today. So I'm just going to check this out. This is completely free for you to use if you haven't used it already. We'll open this up and we'll log in. Here we go. You see it's in the high range, but it's not crazy stuff. In fact, before the update was announced, you can see that the SERPs were way more volatile previously, whereas now they've kind of calmed down a bit and it's a bit more relaxed than it was previously. But just something to be aware of is that spam update is rolling out over the week. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next. And they are updating their spam policy. So I think there's going to be a lot more claps. There's going to be a lot more sites getting hit. This is not the site reputation abuse update, which is supposed to be targeting parasite SEO. It's purely the spam update. So let's keep going through right now. Fariz says, thank you, Julian. It's great tips. Pleasure to help you. So thanks so much for watching. And Atish says it's a home decor design and architecture news blogging website. Like I say, if you've got the URL, feel free to post it. If you don't want to post the URL, feel free to message me in the SEO boardroom. I can take a look and help you. So I think that's pretty much it for today. I want to see if there's anything else. Let's run through some of the recent questions on my YouTube channel. And this is always interesting because there's a bunch of interesting stuff that gets posted on the comments. I'm just going to share my screen and we can run through those as well. Let's open up the screen and we'll run through the latest comments. Here we go. So one person, shout out to Elementor8919. Let me take a cheeky glass of water. So Elementor8919 says, I think it's insane that when you log in, they force you to give you your phone number, which is connected to your bank account information, your call history, your friends and family connection, your birthday, your address, etc. And I would say just calm down a little bit, right? So, for example, if you want to log into Claude and you don't want to use your normal sort of phone number, what you can actually do is you can just get a Google Voice number, right? If you don't have a Google Voice number, then there's a bunch of other websites where you can just buy a phone number online, or for example, you could sign up to like giftgaff. Let's have a look, and you can get a phone number right there. Right? There's loads of ways you can just get a phone number online that you don't want to have connected to your personal information, because I wouldn't worry too much about like that sort of stuff personally. But if you are worried about it, it's very easy to just get a throwaway number that is not connected to anything around you. Someone else said, related to the Corey Tugbird interview, which was related to semantic SEO, the topic is really difficult to figure out what the heck to do and where to start. And I would say with semantic SEO, it's a very, very difficult and advanced topic, right? So it's like we talk about in the video, it's not something that you're going to master overnight. It's not something that's a quick hack. I know that on my YouTube channel, for example, I simplify a lot of things so that you can make it very actionable. With semantic SEO, like literally it's taken Corey years and over 4,000 patents, reading Google patents to understand the algorithm semantically, right? And this is not something that's a quick hack. So I don't think there is like any sort of linear process. He does have a course, but essentially it's just one of those things where you implement one thing and then you move on to the next and next and next, and it's like a 1% improvement every time. I don't think that you can tackle it overnight. And so if it sounds hard, yeah, it probably is, but welcome to business, mate. Like, business is hard, and semantic SEO particularly is very complicated sometimes. Someone else asked, our man said, would you rather use AI images rather than stock photos like Shutterstock? So I'm going to pull up ChatGPT and I can give you some examples, right? So let's pull up ChatGPT and we'll say something like generate an image related to AI SEO. And the one thing that I would say about Shutterstock, right, is number one, obviously it costs money to use, but number two, it's something that everyone has access to, right? It's not unique content. If it's not unique content, then are you adding any value beyond what everyone else can do? And I would say no, right? Whereas if, for example, you learn to use ChatGPT 4 to create AI images in the best way possible, then you're going to create something that's way more valuable than anyone else can do, because most people don't know how to use this tool to generate really nice images, right? So for example, if you spend like 5 minutes going back and forth with ChatGPT to generate an AI image that's unique, that's interesting, that grabs attention, I personally think that's way better than using Shutterstock to generate generic AI images that everyone has access to, right? And in fact, if you check out, I've got a video thumbnail creator right here, and if I say creating a thumbnail about making money with AI, this is already pre-trained on what works for me when it comes to generating AI images. And it's essentially how I've got hundreds of thousands of views with my thumbnails on YouTube, right? So for example, this one generated with AI, it's got 120,000 views. This one generated with AI over here, 73,000 views, right? And this was using this exact same tool. Now, if you look at that image, that is way more interesting and unique than any other image you're going to find on Shutterstock. And it's completely free to do. It's just a skill set thing, right? The only thing that's stopping you is the skill set. And so if you can learn how to generate images with AI, that's going to be way more interesting for people and way more value adding than just buying a generic image off Shutterstock. Plus, it will save you time and money. Faris says, wait. And Terry says, I'm about to join your SEO boardroom. I'll send you my website there. Awesome. Hope to see you in there, Terry. And yeah, welcome aboard. That's going to be awesome. Excited for you. Meliani Hamza says, I created a powerful programmatic SEO tool that really creates niche authority sites quickly, and it's generating also schema markups and all elements. Chats in CSS table item list. Shout out to Meliani. She or he is an action taker, and that's pretty awesome. Fitness Frez says Claude still not showing the code preview. So it's hard to say, but I would contact like Claude's support team, right? They've got a live chat if you want to contact them and just ask them why is it not working? Because once you've enabled Artifact and once you ask Claude to generate the preview for you, you should be good to go. And Sabian says, my site's DR0. My site's domain rating is 0. How can I rank keywords? Should I go for backlinks or topical authority? So I would say if you've got a brand new site that is literally DR0, then it's really important to build backlinks, right? Because if you don't build any links, you've got no authority. And if you're a site with a DR0, then Google's not going to rank you. It's probably not even going to crawl you. I mean, like, for example, if it costs Google money to crawl every website on the internet, why would they crawl a website that they're never going to rank, right? And so the crawl budget assigned to your website, if it's a DR0, is going to be very, very low, which means that it's going to be very hard to index and rank your content. And therefore, if you can build backlinks to your website and increase its authority, then Google's going to see, oh, you're an authoritative site creating content. Therefore, we're more likely to rank and index you and assign crawl budget to your site, simply because we know this is actually going to rank rather than being some random site that it doesn't trust. And so I would highly recommend building backlinks. One of the best things about building backlinks as well is not just that you can rank your content higher and faster, but additionally is something that compounds over time, right? So you build a backlink one day and you've banked it. And then the next day you build another backlink and now you've got 2 backlinks pointed to your site. If you just build 1 backlink every single day, by the end of the year, your domain rating is going to be absolutely insane. Tish says we have 30 DA and 3% spam score. I mean, honestly, DA and spam score, I wouldn't even worry about it, right? So, for example, DA, you can manipulate that. Spam score, most people don't take that seriously as a metric, honestly. And so that's why I have a 50-point content quality checklist, a link building checklist when it comes to my agency. And 3 people check the backlinks before we build them, because it's not just about these algorithmic generic metrics like DA or spam score. Like, they don't really mean anything without the qualitative criteria of, for example, is the website relevant? Is it authoritative? Does it look like a real site? Is the content good? Is the anchor text natural within the sentence? And so I wouldn't I would separate the trees from the, what's it called? Separate the forest from the trees, basically, and not just focus on like DA or spam score. I would focus on all the other metrics, because there's a lot of things in combination. And just because you have a 68 DA website doesn't mean you're going to rank. I see loads of sites that are like DR70 and still don't get any traffic. So if you want to share your URL, feel free to share it and I can take a look. Shivam says you may have missed my question above, but it's similar to Sab's question. So let's check out Shivam's question. I can't see it in the chat, but if you want to post it again, I can take a look. Literally can't see it. And Jackie Chow, shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, says, let's effing go. And I would agree with that, mate. That's what we're talking about. Atar says, hi, Julian. Hello to you too. One thing I want to show you as well, if no one has seen this, it's absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to share it with you now. This is a new AI tool that I've been messing around with recently. And I think most people don't even realize it's out there. And that is Luma Dream Machine. Now, this is free to sign up with. You do not need to pay for it, right? And so if we click on try now, we'll hit sign in. We'll sign in with Google. We'll open that up. And what you can see from here is that you can actually create your own AI videos for free based on a single prompt or image that you upload. So, for example, if we open up this image right here, this is a picture of me speaking on stage at SEO Estonia. And I said, make the person break dance and gangster rap on stage. And then you can see it literally makes me do that from an image. It's so crazy what you can do with this tool. And I think that potentially could be another alternative to Shutterstock or any of these other paid tools, because you can generate images or videos for free. And if you learn how to do them properly, it's better than ever. This one didn't really work. So you got to be aware that sometimes if you overcomplicate the prompt, like you can see right here, then you're just going to get something that's actually not very good at all. And then you can see, for example, I just typed in a very basic prompt like crazy AI robot taking over the world, and it generated this video right here. Now, if you want to learn how to do this, essentially you just log into lumalabs.ai, and then from there, you can type in something like, for example, generate let's put wolf howling at the moon. I've stolen that from Matt Wolf, who's another great AI YouTuber. Definitely check out his content if you haven't already. And you'll see that this is in queue, right? So it's generating the video right now. Now, this depends how many people are using the server. So I think, for example, when everyone's using ChatGPT, for example, it slows down. It's the same with Luma, but you can see that it's generating it's in the queue. Now, sometimes this can take like 7 hours, and sometimes this can take like 2 minutes. You can actually see it switch from generating to dreaming right here. And that's how you can create videos for free. Now, I don't think that perfect, but if you look at this image, for example, and it's a very basic prompt, it kind of reminds me of like a video game, right? And that's probably better looking than most like PlayStation 2 games, for example. So I think when you're using this tool, it's pretty cool what you can generate and what you can do with it. That's going to take a little while to generate, as you can see, but here's some examples. Now, this is kind of like a alternative to Sora, and it's something that you could probably embed into your website inside the content to make it more unique and interesting. For example, is that more interesting than your average image? Absolutely. Is that more interesting? Is that going to grab more attention than your average Shutterstock image? Probably, right? And so you can generate these images for free and then embed them into your website. And you could do that with YouTube, or you could do it with whatever tool you want. But you can see some of the potential of it. And it's pretty crazy what you can do right here. I want to see if that video is generated. It has not. I'm going to refresh the page right there. It still hasn't come through, but yeah, I think within about 30 minutes, that's going to be good to go. Pretty crazy what you can do right there. Fariz says, can I use my blog in LinkedIn post and get traffic? For example, my niche about career building and direct traffic. Is it okay? I think that's one of the best use cases you can possibly use when it comes to SEO. So for example, let me pull up an example keyword that I'm ranking for right here, and I'll show you exactly how I do it step by step. So I'm going to share my screen. And by the way, if you're using LinkedIn, if you're creating content on LinkedIn, like, don't spam it, but it is a powerful tool for ranking really quickly. So you can see, for example, my article ranking right here for the keyword on the first page of Google for the keyword link outreach service, right? So obviously I have a link building agency. We want to get more clients. We love working with clients. And so that's why I rank for keywords like this. And obviously when it's stuff like best link outreach services, it's a buyer intent keyword that's going to drive more clients to my website. Now, if you look at this example, what you can see here is that it's basically throughout the content, sending traffic to my website where people can book in a free SEO strategy session. And as you scroll down the page, you can see that there's all these CTAs throughout the page that direct traffic towards booking in a call with me, right? Same on LinkedIn. Like, for example, if you look at my posts and activity, every single time we post, we have a book an appointment section right there. Why do we have that? Because we want to send direct traffic to booking in a call with my agency. And so this is one of the best ways you can drive direct traffic to your website. Now, I think that's absolutely amazing. If, for example, you have an agency or a service you're selling, or you have an e-commerce store, and you can get free traffic, rank on the first page for these keywords, and you can see how easy and powerful that is, and it ranks for me over time. Atta Faiz says, I need your help, Julian. I provide link building services and always face a problem of charging to my clients. Please guide me on how to charge. So what I would say with charging, right, is it depends on how much value you're offering. So, for example, if you just have like a basic service where people just buy a link and they get literally no customer service from you, and they have to pick the anchor text, they have to think about where they want the links from, they don't get any advice on their SEO strategy, etc., then the rate for that, the value of that is very low. And so you always want to be making sure that you get a decent profit margin on that, at least 30% as an agency, that should be minimum. But essentially, when you're trying to charge a client, you want to think, okay, number one, how can I make a profit? And number two, how much value can I insert into my service? And the more value you add, the longer clients are going to stick with you and the more you can charge for that service. So for example, if you look at my link building agency, in fact, I'll pull up an example of my sales presentation right here, just so you can see what I'm talking about. But we give away like a crazy amount of value, which means that we can charge more money for that particular service, right? So if we pull this up, I'll show you an example. So, for example, we help our clients with keywords. We actually find them 50 easy keywords that they can actually rank for. We help them with content. So we actually create content for our clients as well. And we build the backlinks for our clients as well, as you can see right here. So when clients sign up with us, they get 50 low competition, high volume keywords that they can easily rank for. Now, the reason that we do that and the reason that we can charge more for links is because we offer extra things like this. And for example, what you can see here is that clients also get an account manager, right? And that account manager is basically like a coach, giving them SEO tips and advice, regular updates on their campaign, link building review calls, monthly reporting, tips on turning their SEO traffic into money, and answering any questions that they have. Now, by giving a client that, you can charge way more for your backlinks because the client gets 10x the value, right? And it's the same. Like, we give all of our clients access to elite link building services. We give them a personal account manager. We triple check the backlinks. So like I was saying before, 3 people check the backlinks before we build them. And we also give them free access to the SEO Elite Circle. We give them a custom content calendar, access to the SEO boardroom, exclusive discounts, the SEO experiments lab, and live coaching with me twice a week, right? And so when you roll up all of that value is absolutely insane. And so if your offer is better, if the value of your service is better, then clients are way more likely to buy from you. And that's exactly how we work and how we operate and how we can charge more. So always think, right, not you don't want to think how much can I charge the client. You want to think how much value can I give the client to make sure that they buy more from me. Shivam says, hi, I started a website recently to help front-end developers prep for interviews. Zero DR. Most of my traffic comes from my YouTube channel. Any tips for SEO? I have tried to optimize for SEO TY. Right. When it comes to SEO for your YouTube channel, for example, I mean, number one, inside YouTube, there's two things that actually count, right? Which is click-through rate and watch time. If you focus on improving those two things, you'll get more views and your actual YouTube SEO will improve as a result. Now, when it comes to ranking your actual videos, let me show you an example of how I ranked. Where is it now? I'm going to pull up this example right here, this one. So when you look at this particular video that ranked, that's getting 25,000 traffic, how did I do it? Well, essentially, I would go onto YouTube. I'm going to type in a relevant keyword, like, for example, AI SEO. That's a keyword that I like to rank for. I'm going to sort by view count. And then I'm also going to sort by this week so that I can find relevant YouTube videos that rank in this week for the keyword that I want to rank for as well. Right? Now, when I scroll through the results, I'm then going to plug in my competitors' URLs into Ahrefs to see what keywords they're ranking for as well, right? So, for example, like you see here, I've got the YouTube URL, and I'm going to plug that into Ahrefs like so. This is the one that is ranking for a lot of traffic already. And then I'm going to see, okay, what sort of keywords have they included inside their content that I could create a video around and include inside my content as well. So, for example, if you created a video like Claude AI free or free ways to use Claude AI or whatever, then you could potentially rank for that keyword, which means that you're going to get more traffic to your website and get more clients. And I would say that is a process that works over and over again consistently for my YouTube channel so that I can get more clients and get more traffic to my business. If you rinse and repeat that, you're going to get insane results. Shivam says it's very new and would love some advice. Okay, I think we've already answered that. And also, if you actually join the SEO boardroom, there's an SEO roadmap inside there that shows you literally how I rank websites from day one. And I give you a game plan in terms of how many backlinks to build, how much content to create, how to find what content to write about, how to make sure that your website's getting momentum, and how to fix any issues along the way. And if you follow that roadmap inside the SEO boardroom, you get as much traffic as you want, honestly. Like you can see, my YouTube videos are getting like 25,000 traffic, and that's just a video I created a couple of days ago. Meliani says, I created the best SEO content creation bulk ever with all the elements. Sounds fantastic. Happy for you there. Shout out to you. I like the confidence as well. I respect that confidence that your tool is the best on the internet because there's a lot of competition there. So that is basically it. I think we've answered every single question inside this video. We've been on for a 1 hour live just to help you. I've given you loads of tips and pretty much answered every single question step by step and tried to help you as much as I can. So if you enjoyed this video, please smash a like on it. And if you want to book in a free SEO strategy session call, which is literally just a one-to-one call with us that shows you exactly how to rank, how to get more leads, traffic, and sales with SEO, or answer any questions that you have, you'll discover how to quickly outrank your competitors with link building. You'll 10x your SEO traffic. Well, you'll learn how to increase your SEO traffic, and you'll get an SEO domination plan. Plus, you'll discover the best link building strategies for your website. If you want to book that in, that is completely free, and we'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors per month and generate thousands of dollars in sales. So appreciate everyone who's watching. And we've got one more question here from EconWeb, which is, I created a bird blog. Shout out to my Chipper Birds gang posse, and says, gain 2K traffic, not getting approved. And I assume when you say not getting approved, you mean not getting approved for ads. And if that's the case, you can use the free SOP inside my course that shows you how to get one-click approval using ads. And I'm going to try and pull that SOP right here. Let me find it right here. Yeah, one-click ads. Let me show you this SOP. So this is inside my free course if you want to get access to it. And I would say that if you're not getting approved for ads, you can actually get approved pretty much instantly using this process right here. And what you can see is that you get instant approval, no rejections. So you literally set it up in minutes. Now, how does it work? Essentially, you just go on to AdStarer. You fill in your details right here. And then once you're logged in, let's log in. I'm going to have to open up Dashlane here. Good old. Once you're logged into Dashlane, you can then open up AdStarer. So you can see right here, you can see my balance is filling up. think how much we got in there. We just got paid out, so we got a couple of dollars in there. I think we get paid out every so often in the month. And then from here, what you can do is just set up a new website. So you'd log into Adstera, go to websites, hit add website, and then set up your website and insert the ads to your website. And that's pretty much it. Simple as that. And so if you're struggling to get approved, but you're getting traffic, then you can use a process like that. Now, being 100% honest with you, I don't think that ads are the best way to monetize your website. I don't think it's the best way to make money. But if you want to get approved and you want to get approved instantly, that works step by step. So as it says, how are you? By the way, which MacBook Pro do you use? I use the M3. It is the best laptop that I've ever had. For me, it's just like, right, if this device is going to save me hundreds of hours because it's faster, then I'm going to get the best I can, because it's the best investment, right? If you use it all day, every day, then you're going to get as many, you're going to save a lot of time along the way. Atafaiz says, thank you, Julian. From where can I learn all about giving value to my clients, and how can I find clients for this service? Good question. So I would highly recommend, if you want to learn how to get more clients, then check out the SEO Elite Circle. And I'll show you some examples of what you get inside here. So inside the SEO Elite Circle, and links inside the comments and description to this, you get classroom access, as you can see right here, to my agency mastermind, right? So if you want to get more clients, if you want to make more money, if you want to create an amazing offer for your agency based on what's working for me, I even give you the templates for all my funnels, for my agency funnels, so that you can literally steal from me, and also how I manage a team, how I hire, but most importantly, how I get sales and how I generate leads, and also how to create amazing offers. You can get that inside the SEO Elite Circle. Now, all the information in there is designed to get you a 10x ROI, right? So for example, let's say you sign up, it's $997 a year, which is less than $100 a month. And you get, number one, live coaching calls with me every single week, but you also learn how to create an amazing offer for your agency so that you can scale it, right? The better your offer is, the more clients you're going to get, and the easier it's going to be to convert clients into sales, right? Same with the lead generation process, same with the sales process right here. And so I've literally broken down step by step with all the action plans, exactly how to get more clients, how to create a better offer, and how to generate more leads for your agency, plus how to hire and scale from there. Now, this is based on us making millions of dollars with our agency, so it's extremely powerful. Ecom Web says, thank you, happy to help. Jaden says, look like I missed the majority of the stream. I'll rewatch it shortly. Yeah, just rewind and hope that helps you. Good to see you on here, Jaden. Thanks for joining. Ecom says, make backlink related details video. Yeah, you can check out my link building videos. If you just type in Julian Goldie link building, you'll see loads of tutorials directly on YouTube. And Sabian says the same thing. I might do a live link building masterclass next week in terms of how to build backlinks, how to get them, etc. And Ecom Web says, which type of backlink you provide? Can you explain? I want to buy a few of them. I don't know which type of backlinks. We build links with outreach, right? Using my 50-point quality criteria checklist. So if you want to get more backlinks, and you might want to white label this as an agency. So we have a lot of agencies who sell link building to their clients, and then we do all the work in the back end, and they take like a 30 or 50% profit margin on that. Then you can check that out, like links in the comments to buy backlinks. And if you want to just book in a call with us first, then you can do that as well. Links inside the comments and description. But yeah, we just build backlinks with outreach. We make sure they're relevant, natural, authoritative. You get an account manager and everything else that I've talked about. And yeah, very powerful process. Jason says, Julian, just about to kill the stream at this point. Yeah, I'm going to go in a second. And Faris says, how to grow Google local business and earn money from clients. I have no idea in Google businesses. We actually have a lot of information about that. We have a whole section inside the SEO Elite Circle on, number one, how to get clients and how to generate leads. But number two, how to rank with local SEO. So if you check out the SEO Elite Circle right here, you can see we have a whole section on local SEO tutorials and SOPs. Now, if we open that up, what you can see right here is a bunch of local SEO case studies and tutorials. And additionally, we have this SEO case study section right here that shows loads of stuff on, how we grew from like 0 to 24,000 traffic in 24 hours, how to rank number one fast with custom GPTs, how to build microsites and rank number one that way, how to get 0 to 20, 0 to 5 traffic in 24 hours, Bing SEO strategies, and how I make thousands of dollars with Bing. And there's just so much value in there. It's absolutely insane. Bear in mind, we have like the main course here as well on how to build a niche site and actually rank it and make money with it. So yeah, this process works over and over again. Jaden says, cheers, bro. Looking forward to catching up. Thanks very much. And Lewis says, I have a site that needs 60 pages. Any downside to adding them all at once or 3 a day? I would say just publish them at a natural rate, right? So, for example, if it's an existing website, then ideally you want to be like just publishing at a very natural rate. What is a natural rate? Well, it's quite random. So, for example, some people might publish like one blog a day and then 3 blogs a day and then 2 blogs the next day, etc. I wouldn't publish them all at once. And Ecom says, do you think without AdSense, Mediavine approved? I think that if you get approved with Mediavine, from what I remember, you need to be approved with AdSense. So to do Mediavine, you have to get approved with AdSense as well. So thanks so much for watching. Like I say, you can get a free SEO strategy session inside the comments. Appreciate everyone who asked the questions today. Shout out to everyone. I hope I've helped you all as much as possible. And yeah, I think we've had like nearly 300 people join the stream. So that's pretty amazing. And yeah, see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.